Hi there, I'm Lauren, and this is yoga for cardiac devices. I had an implantable loop recorder placed yesterday. I also have a defibrillator, an S-ICD. Um, Depending where you're at in your recovery, if you're looking to get a little bit of stretching without pulling on the arm or any of the muscles involved, um, around your device. I know it was really hard for me to find modifications when I was first getting started after the ICD. So the point of this is just to give you some options for easing back into yoga. All right, so we'll start today sitting on our mats. I'm going to use a rolled up blanket. You can use a towel or anything just to give a little bit of height for your seat. And this will help the knees drop open a little bit more and help prevent any rounding in the lower back. So sitting up nice and tall, I'm going to take my right hand to my heart or, sort of over my device. I'm not putting pressure. And then my left hand will be on my belly. And we're going to start with some cube breathing. Breathing in for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, breathe out for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts. So it looks like this. So breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Try that again. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, out, 2, 3, 4, hold. In, hold, out, hold. All right, now take your fingertips to the floor on either side of you, and we're just going to do some light side bends. So my left arm does not want to reach overhead right now, having the procedure done just only yesterday. So I'm going to bring it to my waist. But depending where you are in your recovery, you can start to explore that range of motion and just lean to the right side. And I'm going to go to the other side. Even though I could be raising the right arm, I just feel like it makes me feel even more off balance or something to stretch only one side that um, that much. So I tend to just see what the left side can do and balance that out. Um, but it's up to you if you want to raise that right arm and just have the two sides of your body be a little bit different right now. That's totally fine. All right, and then back up to center. We're going to come into a seated forward fold. You can keep the blanket underneath your seat if that helps. And I'm just going to sit up very straight first, flexing my feet, getting nice and aligned, and then I'm going to hinge forward at the waist. I'm not gripping with those hands, and I'm just going to let myself fall forward and one vertebra at a time, just kind of round down. And then I'm going to release the legs, release any gripping anywhere, and just let gravity help move my head a little bit closer to my knees. Very, very gently stretch forward. All right, now one vertebra at a time, walking the hands back up to sitting tall. And then we're going to do half dragonfly. So bring the right foot in and stretch the left out. I'm going to rotate so that I'm facing that left foot and I'm going to take my right hand and just lightly hold on to the toes. If that's too far to reach, definitely don't push it. You can always hold on to the calf or use a strap, whatever feels right. When my arms and upper body, it's kind of out of commission, it's really nice to engage what I can and feel the stretch on the legs. Remind myself that not all of me is broken or or in pain right now. My legs feel great. I'm just going to keep myself limber however I can in this moment. Couple more breaths here. And then come up. And we're going to take that right foot and we're going to bring it over into half Gomukhasana or cow face pose. So the knee is directly over the bottom knee. And if sitting up straight and maybe even bracing yourself a little bit with your hands, flexing that outstretched leg, if this is enough, that is fine. Like this is definitely a stretch for me. I can feel it all the way down my calf and up into my hamstring. But if you want a little bit more, you can play around with hinging forward at the waist. And just seeing what is your range of motion. There's no judgment. We're just going to see where we're at today, and then tomorrow and the next day, we can start to measure our progress. Awesome. Now let's bring that outstretched leg and fold it back so that we're sitting in full Gomukhasana. And I am going to replace the blanket for this part. Ideally, your feet would be out almost parallel, but I like to keep them a little bit closer in. I'm pretty tight in the IT bands. This is a great hip opener. So, the main thing is just to keep the knees on top of each other. And from there, like if your knees are up higher, that's fine. You can always put a pillow underneath. You can sit up straight and tall, or if there's space, and only if there's space, you can walk forward a little bit. And play around with your placement. I mean, I just moved my hands, normally they'd be in front of me. That seemed to irritate my new device, so I just walked them out to the side, and all of a sudden I've got a lot more space to work with. You have to get a little bit creative, and the great thing about these, medium length holds is that we have a little bit of time to just see what works. And, if you want a really great practice, you could just do each of these poses for a lot longer, holding for 3 to 5 minutes. That would be a wonderful yin practice. Or just pick a couple that you like. Every little bit helps. All right, great. Let's come back up. And now we're going to repeat on the other side. So let's go into half dragonfly with the right leg extended this time, left leg in. And rotate over that leg. And my device is bothering me a little bit, just with this small amount of movement, believe it or not. So I'm going to keep that arm completely out of it this time. I'm not going to bend forward as much. Listen to your body. Kind of why I wanted to make this video today. It's very real for me and present at the moment. It's been almost 2 years, a year and 10 months since my ICD was put in. So although, I feel like I remember the pain vividly, it's still, it's been some time. And but with the loop recorder being so present for me, I can definitely, be very realistic about what I can and can't do with that in there. And I'm going to take the left leg over the right. Again, knee over knee. Maybe adjust your seat and just hinging forward, even if it's just an inch. Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good here. A lot of these poses don't look like much. That's not what it's about. A lot of sensation happening. Been doing a lot of hiking and pickleball, and I've taken up jogging again. So I'm hopeful that by doing some of these really gentle seated yoga poses, losing a few days of exercise won't matter that much, and I'll be able to jump back into my sports without getting stiff. All right, and now full Gomukhasana, cow face on this side. This is my tighter side, so I'm a little lopsided and definitely need that extra height over here. Whew. Sometimes being forced to take a break from your normal activities, normal poses, normal practice can be a nice chance to just explore other options. And I'm realizing that I haven't done cow face in months, but I used to do it all the time when I first got that defibrillator in. So, I'm missing my down dogs and my lunges today, but there's always something that you can enjoy. And honestly, even if you can't move at all, you can practice yoga nidra and meditation. And sometimes that's the hardest pose of all. All right, back up. Now this one is called log pose, and if it's too challenging, you can definitely do easy pose, which is just legs crossed, kind of normal style. And we're going to start with whatever side feels the most natural to you. You probably gravitated towards it already. I'm going to take my right foot and place it over my left knee. You really want the legs to be stacked, so the calves are one on top of the other, not coming in like this, but out in front of you a few inches. And it should feel quite a bit more challenging than just sitting normal cross-legged. And from here, my right knee is a little bit higher, and I'm going to just twist towards that knee and gently bend over it. Not to the point of any pain in my devices, but just a little bit so that I can feel the stretch in the left side, especially that left lower back and the left hip. I could honestly stay there all day, but we're going to switch. That might be kind of a boring video for you if I did. And just come to the other side. All right, back up to the center. And let's do butterfly pose. So soles of feet together. I'm going to use a little height for this one too. That just helps my hips tip forward and helps undo any rounding in the lower back. So, I have my feet, they're not as close as they could be. They're out just a few inches so that it will get more into my outer hips. And that allows me to tilt forward a little bit more. So play around with the distance. Maybe try a couple options and see what's most comfortable today. And then just bend forward a little. A nice stretch in that inner groin. If it won't irritate your device, you could definitely put a bolster just under your belly, pulling it all the way back towards your belly button and using that to round over. That would feel really nice. Okay, let's come back up and do a final seated meditation. I'm not going to do Savasana today, laying down on my back, because it just feels like a lot of jostling at the moment. And that's not what I'm in it for today. So just come to a comfortable seat. It can be cross-legged again or on your knees. And I like to sit so that my hands are palm open, very relaxed, nothing gripping, nothing holding. Eyes soft, gazing a few feet ahead of me. I just want to take a moment and think about the marvels of science, the fact that I'm here, that I can get these incredible devices and become a bionic woman. There can be a lot of fear and even post-traumatic stress associated with whatever health crises earned us these surgeries and these devices. And right now I just want to turn my mind to the gratitude for my insurance, my family support, and everything that helped get these devices inside of me to help protect my life and keep me around a little longer to serve those I love. And there's outside noises like the train going by, a reminder that there's an entire world out there. Welcoming the distractions because they pull me out of my own pain, out of my own health struggles. Sometimes it can be nice to just sit and focus on our own breath as a way to kind of go internal and tune out the world. But other times I like to actually focus on what's going on around me, to stop with the thoughts, to stop going internal and to be just pure sensory input, hearing the noises I don't normally hear, hearing the day go by. All right, that's it for today. I hope this was helpful and gave you some ideas for what to practice in the downtime from some of the more upper body focused yoga practices. So take care. Namaste.